Oh, right. Harry, come here. That's your ghoul, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Come and have a look at him. But it looks... Do ghouls normally wear pyjamas? No, nor have they usually got red hair or that number of pustules. He's me, see? No, I don't. I'll explain it back in my room. The smell's getting to me. Once we've left, the ghoul's going to come and live down here in my room. I think he's really looking forward to it. Well, it's hard to tell because all he can do is moan and drool, but he nods a lot when you mention it. Anyway, he's going to be me with Spattergroit. Good, eh? It is! Look, when we three don't turn up at Hogwarts again, everyone's going to think Hermione and I must be with you, right? Which means the Death Eaters will go straight for our families to see if they've got information on where you are. But hopefully it'll look like I've gone away with Mum and Dad. A lot of Muggleborns are talking about going into hiding at the moment. We can't hide my whole family, it'll look too fishy, and they can't all leave their jobs, said Ron. So we're going to put out the story that I'm seriously ill with Spattergroit, which is why I can't go back to school. If anyone comes calling to investigate, Mum or Dad can show them the ghoul in my bed, covered in pustules. Spattergroit's really contagious, so they're not going to want to go near him. It won't matter that he can't say anything either, because apparently you can't once the fungus has spread to your uvula. And your Mum and Dad are in on this plan? Dad is. He helped Fred and George transform the ghoul. Mum, well, you've seen what she's like. She won't accept we're going till we've gone. What we really need to decide is where we're going after we leave here. I know you said you wanted to go to Godric's Hollow first, Harry, and I understand why, but, well, shouldn't we make the Horcruxes our priority? If we knew where any of the Horcruxes were, I'd agree with you. Don't you think there's a possibility that Voldemort's keeping a watch on Godric's Hollow? He might expect you to go back and visit your parents' graves once you're free to go wherever you like. This R.A.B. person, you know, the one who stole the real locket. Well, what if he did finish it off? Or she? Whichever. It'd be one less for us to do. Yes, but we're still going to have to try and trace the real locket, aren't we? To find out whether or not it's destroyed. And once we get hold of it, how do you destroy a Horcrux? Well, I've been researching that. How? I didn't think there were any books on Horcruxes in the library. There weren't. Dumbledore removed them all. But he didn't destroy them. How in the name of Merlin's pants have you managed to get your hands on those Horcrux books? It wasn't stealing. They were still library books, even if Dumbledore had taken them off the shelves. Anyway, if he really didn't want anyone to get at them, I'm sure he would have made it much harder to get to the point. Well, it was easy. I just did a summoning charm. You know, Accio. And they zoomed out of Dumbledore's study window right into the girls' dormitory. But when did you do this? Just after his, Dumbledore's, funeral. Right after we agreed we'd leave school and go and look for the Horcruxes. When I went back upstairs to get my things, it just occurred to me that the more we knew about them, the better it would be. And I was alone in there. So I tried. And it worked. They flew straight in through the open window and I packed them. I can't believe Dumbledore would have been angry. It's not as though we're going to use the information to make a Horcrux, is it? Can you hear us complaining? This is the one that gives explicit instructions on how to make a Horcrux. Secrets of the Darkest Art. It's a horrible book. Really awful. Full of evil magic. I wonder when Dumbledore removed it from the library. If he didn't do it until he was headmaster, I bet Voldemort got all the instruction he needed from here. Why did he have to ask Slughorn how to make a Horcrux, then, if he'd already read that? He only approached Slughorn to find out what would happen if you split your soul into 7. Dumbledore was sure Riddle already knew how to make a Horcrux by the time he asked Slughorn about them. I think you're right, Hermione. That could easily have been where he got the information. I'm so sorry to break up this cosy little gathering. I'm sure you all need your rest, but there are wedding presents stacked in my room that need sorting out, and I was under the impression that you had agreed to help. Oh, yes, we will. We're sorry. It's like being a house elf, except without the job satisfaction. The sooner this wedding's over, the happier I'll be. Yeah, then we'll have nothing to do except find Horcruxes. It'll be like a holiday, won't it? Maman! Papa! You have been to much trouble. Fleur tells us you have been working very hard. Oh, it's been nothing, no trouble at all. Dear lady, we are most honoured at the approaching union of our two families. Let me present my wife, Apolline. Enchantée. Your husband has been telling us such amusing stories. Well, come in, do.